Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back on pitch one at the Quidditch Canada National Championships here in Hamilton, Ontario. Interesting matchup this afternoon. We've got the end of our first pool play, and we're playing the Calgary Mavericks in a matchup against Valfreyja. And to any of those who don't know, Valfreyja is the, the relative B team to Valhalla, who's one of our top teams in the league. So we've got a lot of depth there in those two teams that Valfreyja is going to bring to this game.
Yeah, I feel like we're in for an interesting match today between Calgary and Valfreyja here in scenic Hamilton.
Head ref Austin Wallace coming to us from University of British Columbia Thunderbirds Quidditch. My colleague here, Isaiah, and myself will be sending you the live report throughout this game. So best of luck to both teams, and we'll see some great Quidditch on this windy afternoon.
It seems that the match will begin very shortly. Brooms are now up.
Blasting through the pace. Looks like it's going to be Calgary Mavericks. Ooh, fighting for this quaffle. They're going to hold on to it, though. Yeah, and bringing it around to the side, but thinks better of it. And number 91 is going to pass off to 55, the Mavericks keeper, to pass this quaffle up the field.
Yes, Calgary slowly advancing with the quaffle, using the beater to keep some distance between themselves and the other beaters.
55 driving through. Is he going to be able to make this through?
He's dedicated,
not quite.
Goes just a bit north of the hoop. Valfreyja slowly advancing the quaffle up the pitch, playing the game at their own tempo.
Calgary Mavericks right now with bludger control. Ooh, but that's going to be a quick change as number 42, Barassa, tries to make a drive up the field here. Ooh, strong pass again, right on the nose of that hoop. Not quite there.
Yeah, just a bit too short.
Recovered by the Mavericks keeper, number 55. James Champion, fit number 55, the Mavericks keeper, trying to live up to the name here. A couple of great drives we're seeing so far, getting back up and possibly going to bring this right into the hoop. Ooh, doesn't quite dodge that bludger, though, and recovered by Matt Barassa on Valfreyja. It is an aggressive beater game as number 42, again, with this drive back and forth, tries to make the pass off, but nabbed just short. Not quite connecting with those passes. That might be the wind. We're not sure right now. It's a bit of a tussle here, and finally recovered again by the Mavericks keeper.
Yes, also excellent catch by 33 of Valfreyja to catch the bludger from Calgary, and Valfreyja now has control of the bludgers.
Taking control for probably the first time in this game, Valfreyja. We're going to see how they use that bludger control to their advantage.
Yes, being down one bludger really puts Calgary at a disadvantage in Quidditch.
Ooh, Mavericks keeper flying through that hoops, just spike ball. Excellent shot right through. No one's doubting that shot, and that's going to put Mavericks up, leading the score 10 points to 0. Ball's controlled by Barassa here, coming in again, looking for that pass-off option. Some good defense from the Mavericks. Ooh, again, not quite connecting there. It's going to try to be recovered, but Mavericks just popping down and turtling on that ball. Good recovery from the Mavericks keeper. Bludger control is moved over again. Mavericks taking it back. They're really fighting hard for that. Looks like they want to use that to their advantage and put some more shots into the hoops. Number 81, Alex Hushlak, Mavericks keeper, trying to juke about. Excellent dance moves right now, just flying across the field, back and forth, trying to make that option happen with his beater, number 36, tight.
Yes, Calgary really playing the game slow right now, looking for that opening to exploit to get through to the hoops of Valfreyja.
Beater Nathan Ross just flinging the fakes left and right, really intimidating these Valfreyja beaters and chasers, just really taking them off that advantage to give that keeper an option. Ooh, but it's going to be an attempted a tackle, a bit of a trip up, but number 81 still flying through, across, nice block.
Deflect by 81. A charge for the hoops, and it's good. That's 10 points for Valfreyja.
Goal is good.
Goal was
but
good.
A double whistle called.
Actually, right? Was the goal good?
I don't know. I'm going to leave it there and then I'll put the rest.
Was the goal good? For Valfreyja. Oh, they scored? Shit, you're right, sorry.
Hey, Austin, was goal good?
Goal is not good. Yellow card, Alexis.
So that goal for Calgary was no good. The score is still 10-0 for Calgary.
Lord Wallace making his decree. It's going to be still at 10-0 score. Mavericks just leading so far. We're about just over 4 minutes into the game here on pitch one. Mavericks scooping up that bludger superiority. 2 bludgers, 2 beaters. Just complete stonewalling this Valfreyja offense.
Yes, Calgary is really holding on to those bludgers this game.
Ooh, and a skyrocket flying right into the International Space Station. Unfortunately, just a high shot there from Valfreyja. Keeper number 91, Simon Marcello, having a little bit of trouble just connecting that ball to the players in the back. Valfreyja seems to be having that problem a little bit this game. That might be the wind. It might just be a bit of rustiness, trying to shake it off. Again, we're pretty late in the day, too, here, so players have had at least a couple of games.
Oh, the whistle has been blown?
You got 5 seconds. I'll count you down when the clock starts. Yeah. 5:15. 5:15.
10:23.
Yeah, I love that the board's here so that nobody comes over after.
And play is resuming right now.
Nice tight fight here from both teams as Mavericks bring the quaffle up. A nice dodge there, the bludger just off target. Number 25, Richard Malone, passes that off, tries to bring it back. Nice little give and go there, but not quite connecting. Again, really passing this ball around. Mavericks not afraid to use their skills there in passing. Nice work, really dodging those defenders.
Yeah, it's like excellent passing from Calgary, really keeping Valfreyja's defense on their toes.
Number 21 blocked.
Oh yes, Valfreyja intercepts a pass from Calgary, and they run down the pitch. Valfreyja exploiting that one weakness. Valfreyja shoots, but it's no good. Oh, but they're going for another shot on the hoops of Calgary. Keeper for Valfreyja is behind.
Through.
Shoots from behind, and it seems to be good.
Full-on bullet, but a double whistle was called. We shall see if there was an interference or an advantage called on the play. Again, pretty early in the game here. It's just 5 minutes, 39 seconds. We've got a lot of Quidditch left to go.
Yeah, but you can see that both teams really want this win.
Worth noting, these teams really haven't seen too much of each other for a lot of this season. Valfreyja coming, of course, from the eastern Toronto area, and the Mavericks from Calgary. So this is really one of their first matchups to be able to see what each team has got, and really interesting for all of our viewers to see how these teams rank up east versus west.
Okay, yeah, just checking. Yeah, so if this is good, then it's okay. Yes, just checking. Okay, thank you. Yeah, okay.
Looks like they might be changing the game ball here, Interesting fact for those at home and not too familiar with Quidditch. Quidditch is actually played traditionally with a quaffle, and the quaffle being a volleyball, so stealing from the sports constantly, but slightly deflated so that the players can get a better handle on that ball, and you can see them carry around that ball with a lot more ease. The bludgers are also played with traditional dodgeballs, also deflated, again making it easier for those players to be able to manipulate the ball around the field with a lot more ease and make those throws, make those catches.
So as we can see, the refs are making time to deliver, but it's important to make sure that refs take the time to make those correct calls, make sure the game is being played properly, of course.
Well, like Daniel called it, but I don't know if Austin saw it.
Quidditch really wouldn't be Quidditch without the refs huddling up every 5 minutes or so to keep warm, if nothing else. So
you know, it's part of the game. And the goal is no good. The score is still 10-0 for Calgary.
Both teams struggling to get through the hoops here.
It's been a slow beginning, I must say, point-wise. A very low-scoring first portion of the game.
It's just about lunchtime, Isaiah, and let me tell you, I'm looking at some hungry teams.
Oh, no, I agree. Blood sugar is low and tensions are high here in Hamilton.
Valfreyja using those beaters to be able to get that advance. Keeper, number 91, passes it off, gets beat though, unfortunately not quite making it to the hoops, and then recovered by the Mavericks. Keeper who's coming through at a high speed, number 55, looking at a no-beater situation possibly. Possibly a slight technicality here as number 55, keeper for Mavericks, misunderstands a call from the ref and leaves the broom. Advantage was called in the play, but of course, until possession turns over, that call is not going to be made for the ref, which is sometimes confusing for players. It's definitely one of the newer rules in Quidditch, really trying to speed up the gameplay and involve as few delays as they possibly can throughout the game.
Yes, between waiting for the snitch to be caught and all the deliberations, the games can get quite lengthy. And so yellow card has been given to Calgary, member 66, for an illegal shirt grab.
Looks like they liked the look of the Valfreyja jersey and just couldn't let go. But it's going to cost them for probably at least a minute of penalty time. Plays resumed. We've got Mavericks with control of the quaffle here, number 55, looking for an opportunity to get through here. Number 55 tries to power that through.
And Calgary with the snipe gets another point.
Nice little pop over the heads of the Valfreyja players with a nice 10 points. Making it look easy for all of us out there.
#21 on Calgary with the aggressive offense.
Valfreyja chaser just anticipating aggression from the Mavericks, just complete turtles while standing. That's what I like to see. Passes off to number 96, Valfreyja keeper, who's going to try to make their way around the field here. Passes it off again to Chaser. Again over the hoops. It's going to cost them again a turnover, and quaffle goes to the Mavericks. Slight bludger turnover here. It looks like it's going to be Valfreyja taking control of the bludgers.
Yeah, so Valfreyja has robbed Calgary of their long-standing bludger control. Let's see if Valfreyja can hold on to this advantage.
Short of the competitive advantage that having both bludgers gives you as a team, it just feels good. You know, there's that extra confidence in a team that has both bludgers.
Very true. Like, You feel like you're the king of the world, like you can just do anything you want.
And as we can see from there, that nice pass there to the Calgary chaser, immediately getting lit up by both beaters. But again, a few passes off here by Valfreyja on the counterattack. Number 1 getting beat. Number 9 trying to recover that. Quaffle, just outside of the soft boundary. I think he'll be able to maintain in that position. Beater coming in, and that'll be a turnover back to Calgary.
And Calgary, once again, has budget control. It seems that that power that Valfreyja has just did not last.
Mavericks keeper bringing the quaffle right at the field, number 55. Carefully, daintily making their way up. A nice catch there with the bludger. Not quite going to work out for that Valfreyja beater. A spin move. They're trying to get through. Number 55, a few jukes left and right.
Fancy footwork from the keeper of Calgary, looking for that opening to penetrate with the long-term shot, but it seems to be no good.
Not quite.
Fast advance from Valfreyja. But the event is slowed down by a tackle from 55 of Calgary.
Fast and furious, number 96, wailing that ball over, back again to that favorite spot of Valfreyja as the soft boundary edge of the Mavericks side. It's going to be another turnover. Quick line change here from the Mavericks. Going to bring in number 81 keeper and a couple other beaters and chasers to really shift up that line, change the pace for the Mavericks.
Yeah, and you can see the beaters advancing in tandem with the keeper, trying to keep the pressure on Valfreyja and on that Valfreyja defense.
Nice little double beat there from that Mavericks beater. No fear there. Running through and left and right. There's no nothing stopping that beater. Again, boom! What an advance. Wow, really impressive. It's going to be a double whistle call, but man, number 81, Mavericks keeper, just saw blood and just sifted right through that Valfreyja defense.
So goal is good. That's another point for Calgary, who seems to be running away with this game a little bit.
That's going to make Mavericks 30 points up and just put Valfreyja still in range for the snitch, but it could change with one more point of the quaffle if Mavericks can handle that. So Valfreyja really needs to score right here.
So, Gordy, what do you think Valfreyja could do to get that goal?
You know, Isaiah, I think what they're doing right now, number 42, Barassa, is just looking for that pass, and if they can make that happen, if they can really get to the behind those hoops or make that strategic pass location, if they can get some chasers around the back or around the sides, use those wing locations, that's really going to help them out. Barassa's beat from behind. There we go. It's going to be a counterattack from the Mavericks, number 81.
Keeper slows down on Calgary, slows down the game, takes it back at their own pace. As they look for a way to penetrate again that Valfreyja defense.
Really nice, confident play here from the Mavericks. They're really taking their time, really looking through the field. You can see those wingers really positioning themselves well. It's going to definitely make that difference when that keeper faces some attention down the center of the field. Number 81, holding on tight to that quaffle. Waiting for a couple beats. Seeing nothing. Just about stripped there, but going to go for it. Yep, makes it through. 1, 2, 3. It's a double whistle call that looks like it might have traveled through the hoops, but there was definitely a call made on the play.
Yeah, so we'll wait to see if that goal is good or not.
Number 81, fearing less and less the Valfreyja defense. It's pretty impressive to see a player that just knows that they can get it every time and just will not accept anything but a goal.
Yeah, you really see Calgary becoming more and more bold as they get to be more comfortable with the defense of Valfreyja and knowing that they can punch through it if need be. The refs are still deliberating, seeing if the goal was indeed good or not.
Valfreyja is doing a good job of keeping this game pretty tight, but they definitely run the risk of allowing players like number 81 to just bowl right through. And when you start to turn your field into a bowling alley, you find that the other team starts to get a few too many strikes, more so than you want. You can't just be pins on a field. You got to be real aggressive defensive members, and it's often hard for a lot of teams, especially when they're size outmatched or with changes and mismatches in lineups. It's when a team can take advantage of their size and really in their physicality, it makes it difficult, very difficult, and you got to use your beaters a lot more to be able to make those beats early and stop those offensive runs.
Yes, and I'm sure that Calgary having BC or having budget control for the majority of the time is really giving the chasers that ease and that edge to punch through Valfreyja and get to the hoops consistently. Yeah, so the goal for Calgary was no good, and the score is still 0-30 for Calgary.
But with that, number 81 seems to have just smashed their way out of that contention, and it's going to be a goal for the Mavericks to make this 40-0. Big shout out to the wind right now, the least enjoyable guest of this tournament. Really affecting the players, affecting me. Barassa makes that pass up top. Again, not quite connecting with the back row.
A bit north of the hoop.
Ooh, a nice pass to number 99. Really good spot. Oh, but trips up. Very unlucky. Not quite able.
So close to getting that first point, but just once like a misstep, unfortunately, from 99.
Pretty serendipitous for the Mavericks, who really couldn't take that to them. Number 55 again, left, right, and center. Wow, a tough landing, but a really great drive. Impressive to see.
Yeah.
It's going to be a stoppage and play to see.
Make sure that the keeper is okay.
Looks like number 55 was able to get up there. Hopefully they're all right. And number 55 is probably going to pull a sub in there, bring in another keeper, take that opportunity.
Yeah, so Quidditch takes head injuries and possible concussions very, very seriously because they are no laughing matter.
Not sure, Isaiah, if this is going to be just a referee deliberation or if our team actually called the timeout here, but I think either way, teams are taking an opportunity to huddle up and talk about what they need to do. Valfreyja need to make this difference to bring themselves onto the scoreboard. Mavericks to really just punch in a few more goals, get that needed distance so that when the Snitch comes on pitch, they got an easy day for him.
Yeah, I don't know what Valfreyja needs to do, but they need to change something if they want to stop Calgary from getting those goals on them.
Inciting the great spirits of the North might be a suggestion, but I'm just spitballing here.
Then, but desperate times call for desperate measures, Gordy. It could work. Who knows?
You're absolutely right, Isaiah. As always, you're absolutely right. Big shout out to the city of Hamilton right now and the Tiger Cats Stadium that we are just enjoying immensely right here. We've got 3 pitches set up. Feel free to check out some of the other live streams happening right now on pitches 2 and 3. There's a lot of great Quidditch happening today, and there's just so much more to come, both in the afternoon today and tomorrow.
So the players have broken circle and are back on pitch. It appears that play shall be resuming shortly.
Looks pretty chilly out there, but thankfully those players are moving around a lot. I have to say, not often do I envy jumping on that field and getting face beat, but this is just one of those times where, you know, it looks like they're staying warm, staying fresh. Despite a couple stoppages in play here, these players are out to win.
like, if it's good,
This ain't practice.
It will be 50. Okay. Okay. But we'll wait. We'll wait and see. Yeah, of course.
Emma, let's go good. All right, let's see who has the ball. All right, go good.
So goal was good. The score is now 50-0 for Calgary.
No call on the play here, but teams are resuming, and it looks like it's going to be Barrasso and Valfreyja with the control of the ball here.
Honestly, I feel that if Valfreyja can just get BC and kind of put pressure on those beaters, it would really change the dynamic of Calgary and put them a bit more on the defensive. And maybe then Valfreyja can use that to push through and get some more points in.
Barrasso utilizing wildly that shot, getting lifted off the ground by number 81 keeper, who again is coming around with his counterattack. Amazing momentum here. Wow, did not expect to see that goal, but Barrasso really uplifting his team here. It's great to see Valfreyja get on the board for 10-50.
And again, once Snitch is on the pitch, anything is possible, Gordy.
Steckel putting up a tight defense here, getting beat though. Number 81, is this going to be their opportunity? Not sure. Punching through the defense, but 1-2 players on them. Passing it off to the chaser. Number 25 again for the second pass. Ooh, but not quite connected. Good defense there from Valfreyja. Chaser's got control of the quaffle and going to slow it right down. Barrasso again with the ball. Nice easy advance here from Barrasso. Bludger control, not often in the hands of Valfreyja, but right now they're going to take it and use it. Barrasso, let's see if he can do the same thing he did before. Again, ooh, making that pass through, not quite connected. Nice snag from the keeper. Number 16, dodged once, right through. Ooh, again a pass to the front.
The Hail Mary from Valfreyja, but no good.
Not quite. A good reset there from Steckel. Valfreyja still having control of the quaffle. Just inchworming their way through the hoops here. Valfreyja's taking it slow, but it looks like they're playing good Quidditch. Trying to connect those passes. Let's just see if they can find those players where they need them. Unless Barrasso just throws that ball totally away. That was unfortunate. They're going to lose possession from that.
Oh, Valfreyja has a chance to get BC, but it seems that no, Calgary recovers and maintains the control of the Bludgers. For now. No, but that was a phenomenal play by Barrasso to really seizing the opportunity to get that second point for Valfreyja and to close that point differential.
Nothing beats his opportunity like Barrasso's thighs. I'm going to tell you that much, Isaiah. Those are absolute machines, and you can see the power he gets off those. Simply amazing.
No,
Number 91 from Mavericks now coming up into the field.
Calgary, you need a seeker.
So the score is now 20-60 for Calgary. 91 looking for an opening, a way to get through, looking for someone to pass to get that goal. Valfreyja hungry for another point. But Calgary's defense cleans up all the chasers, and Calgary is once again in firm control of the quaffle. Oh, the Snitch is now on the pitch. I repeat, Snitch is on the pitch.
That's right, folks. We're 17 minutes in, and this is about to get a little bit spicy.
I couldn't agree more. Welcome to Flavortown, folks.
It's a 60-20 game, not quite within Snitch range, but that's just one score away. And I'm excited to see how these teams turn it around. Valfreyja easily putting themselves in a position if they make that extra effort for Snitch range. Number 81 on the Mavericks rolls through, bulldozes, and an absolute...
Dunks it in.
Wow.
So the score is now 20-70 for Calgary.
Just asphalting the fields with the Valfreyja team. Very excellent work. The construction team is out and ready to play. Number 81 keeper, real aggressive play. Not afraid to bowl a few players down to make an omelet.
But you can't forget, 2 more goals and a snitch catch, and Valfreyja ties it, putting the game into overtime.
Something you don't see every day. Seekers number 66 versus opposing Calgary Seeker number 66. A little bit of a tussle on the ground there for the quaffle play. It looks like it's going to be the Mavericks taking command of the quaffle. Now it's in Mavericks' best interest here to get a quick catch. It's going to be probably a defensive seeking play from Valfreyja to be able to get those points back, the points they need to put themselves in range. Some phenomenal beating from the Mavericks beater was going to make it a big difference here, allowing their seeker some precious time to be able to catch that snitch.
And watching this display from Calgary, you see that the seeker is just hungry for that quick end of this game to secure that victory right now while they have the lead.
Christopher Deller, the Calgary seeker, matching up against Nick Terry, the Valfreyja seeker. Terry having a tough time against that beater, just locking him right down. Not making it very easy for him at all. That's Colin Crow, the Maverick beater. He's just not letting anything fly. Ooh, except for that one beat. Takes that and then puts Christopher out of an opportunity to catch the snitch there. Again, quaffle play continuing, albeit a bit slow. It seems Valfreyja is not too hungry to get these next goals that they need, but perhaps they're just taking their time, trying to see an opportunity they can utilize, make a difference here on the scoreboard.
But I must say that during this game, Calgary has done a phenomenal job of maintaining their control on the bludgeons and really securing that advantage for their team and not letting that advantage slip to Valfreyja.
Quick sub here from the Mavericks. It's going to be a new seeker in. Number 0, Megan Hurst, coming through and trying to make that difference. Finishing things off for the Mavericks today. That's another beat for Hurst. Doing a few suicides back and forth to these hoops, back to the snitch, who seems to be quite comfortable right there in the middle of the field. Always nice to have a seeker on your side.
Yes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Hushlack with the ball here, getting pushed right back into their end by Valfreyja. Passing the ball out. Malone takes it, passes back to Hushlack, who tightly holds onto that ball. Again, perhaps slowing possession, or rather progression of the ball a little bit so they can maintain that lead. Real opportunity for Hurst here. No opposing seeker, just flying in once, twice, 3 times. Absolute soaring into that snitch, trying to make a difference. Oh, it's going to be a tight run here. It looks like Mavericks making a pull. Ooh, flying through number 81. Ooh, not quite. Makes the pass to 11. 11 sees the shot, doesn't take it. Number 25, though, recovery, and what a shot.
Another point for Calgary. Really racking up those points against Valfreyja.
Really privatizing the garbage collection business here. That was an excellent shot from off the ground. Really just taking opportunity of those garbage balls. And an impressive another 10 points for the Mavericks. Mavericks really showing that they're not afraid to be scrappy here. Really play the ball off the ground if they need to. Really work hard on that defense. Ooh, number 91.
Valfreyja went for the long shot, but it did not pay off, unfortunately, for Valfreyja.
Scarped up by number 91 keeper. It's going to be a double whistle on the play. They're going to just discuss that last, shall we say, dance?
And see if the dance bore fruits of a snitch catch.
Discussing a snitch catch from number 66, Christopher Daler. Right near the boundary there. It's a pretty dangerous place to be catching a snitch, but they're going to discuss, talk with the refs, and see if it's counted as valid, if there's any impedances or any reason why the snitch was not in a position where they could be caught.
The referees are really discussing to make sure that this catch was 100% kosher.
Plenty of players poised, ready for this game to end. Getting a little chilly. It's getting a little windy. They're going to see if there's any impedances, if there's any change in play that would make this catch illegal. Talking now with the players. Sometimes it's a short conversation. Sometimes it's really easy to figure out, and sometimes the refs need a bit more time to consult. It really definitely varies depending on the seekers, depending on the snitch. And it looks like it's going to be a no-good catch.
This is good news for Valfreyja as they can hopefully close the point differential.
Well, there was something impeding the snitch. Looks like there was hooking from the Mavericks seeker, and that's unfortunately going to lead that to a no-good catch. Daler going to have to walk of shame back to their hoops. Some solid defense here from the Valfreyja seeker, number 69, just not doing everything they can to block that out. But aggressive seeking as Mavericks come through over close to the hoops again, looking for another quaffle point. Ooh, not quite off. Again, close, almost the snag there. Daler really not letting anything fly.
Emma, restriction 5 seconds. Restriction 1.
Again, in a situation like this, having both budgets is a huge asset to Calgary because it allows them to have one on Snitch while having another one to help clean up all the chasers on Valfreyja.
Some serious opportunities right now. It looks like it's a very tough seeker-snitch game. The beaters are staying tight to that game, really trying to make sure the seekers don't get that involved. They can get as much one-on-one with their seeker and the snitch as possible.
Oh, looks like Snitch is caught, but is it good, though?
Deller with an
by
amazing
66.
snag. Just would not let it go. And we'll see, hopefully, you know that Mavericks do not want to hear another no-good catch call.
But hey, maybe second time's the charm for Calgary Mavericks. Catch is good. Calgary Mavericks win 110-220 against Valfreyja.
Really showed their stuff here. Really great to watch. Hope you enjoyed it as Isaiah. I know I did. Talking here from Hamilton, Ontario at the Quidditch Canada National Championships. What a great game. There's plenty more to come.
Yes, indeed. So stay tuned for the future games. And this is Isaiah signing off.
Thanks very much.